There are books that entertain you, books that distract you, books that help you sleep. And then there are books that quietly change how you see people forever. Not because of monsters, not because of demons, not because of fantasy, but because of what they reveal about real humans. These are not the books people recommend. These are the books people mention and then go quiet. The ones you finish, close, and then just sit there, staring at nothing. Because something inside you shifted, and you can't put it back. Tonight, we're talking about those books. The ones that don't scare you, they unsettle you. Because after them, you don't trust the same way. Let's start with the one that broke people's faith in doctors. This isn't a novel. It isn't exaggerated. It isn't symbolic. It's a compilation of real medical experiments, real hospitals, real doctors, real patients. People who came in for help and became test subjects. Prisoners, minorities, the poor. People injected with diseases just to see what would happen. Surgeries performed without consent, not to save a life, but to observe, to take notes, to satisfy curiosity. Readers say this is the moment something broke, because you grow up believing doctors are safe, that the white coat means protection, that authority means care. This book removes that illusion. It shows you that intelligence doesn't equal empathy, that education doesn't equal morality, that power doesn't equal kindness. And once you see that, you never fully trust authority again. Then there's the novel written from the mind of a real abuser. Not inspired by, not based on, written by. You are not reading about evil, you are reading through it. You hear their thoughts, their logic, their justifications. They don't sound insane, they don't sound monstrous. They sound normal. That's what makes people uncomfortable. The narrator explains cruelty like it's reasonable, like it's practical, like it's deserved. Readers say they had to stop, take breaks, put the book down, not because it was graphic, but because it felt contaminating, because for a moment you understand their thinking, and that scares you more than anything else. Then comes the book that proves neighbors will let you die. This one doesn't feel like a story, it feels like a warning. Real cases, real streets, real people. Someone screaming for help, someone being attacked, someone collapsing. Dozens of people hearing, lights turning on, curtains moving, and nobody opening a door. No hero, no intervention, no rush to save. Readers say this is the moment they realized society is thinner than it looks, that community is fragile, that morality is conditional, that most people freeze or look away because they don't want to be involved, because they don't want trouble, because they assume someone else will act, and sometimes no one does. Then there's the diary, the one that was never meant to be found, discovered after the person died, tucked away, forgotten. At first, it looks normal. Grocery lists, appointments, casual notes. And then, confessions. Abuse described in the same tone as buying milk. Harm written like routine. Cruelty treated as normal. Readers say this is what messed them up. Not the acts themselves, the normal handwriting. because it shows you something terrifying. Monsters don't always look like monsters. Sometimes they look like neighbors. Sometimes they look like parents. Sometimes they look like anyone. Then there's the book about power. Not the famous experiment everyone knows, the lesser ones, the quieter ones. Schools, workplaces, institutions. Normal people given small authority, and then changed. Rules becoming weapons, control becoming entertainment, cruelty becoming casual. Readers hate this one because they see themselves in it. They recognize the impulses, the temptation, the satisfaction, and they don't like what that means. Then comes the novel that makes you stop trusting families. Not strangers, not outsiders, families. It's based on real cases, real homes, real children. Generational abuse, silence, loyalty used as a weapon. The kind of harm that doesn't leave marks, the kind that hides behind smiles, the kind that no one talks about. People finish this book and rethink their childhood. They remember things, they reframe moments, they start questioning what felt normal, and that stays with them. Then there's the book that reveals what people do when no one is watching. Anonymous confessions, hidden interviews, private notes, quiet cruelty, small exploitations, moral double lives. Not criminals, not villains, ordinary people. People with jobs, families, friends. That's what makes it unsettling. It's not the darkness, it's how common it is. Readers say this is when they stopped trusting crowds. Then there's the book that makes you realize empathy is rare. Disasters, refugees, crisis zones. Who gets help? Who gets ignored? Who gets forgotten? Quotes from officials, excuses, delays, survivor accounts, waiting, begging, and nothing. People close this book feeling angry and small and disappointed because it shows you that suffering doesn't guarantee compassion. Then comes the story that proves evil doesn't need a reason. No motive, no trauma, no tragic backstory, just harm, random cruelty, meaningless violence, people hurting others because they can. Readers say this is the hardest one because the human brain wants reasons, wants explanations, wants logic, and this offers none. It just is. And finally, the book that quietly destroys your belief in good people. This one doesn't shout, it doesn't shock, it observes. Workplaces, friend groups, communities, smiles, kindness, favors, and then betrayal, manipulation, strategy, gain. It shows how often kindness is transactional, how often generosity has an angle, how often people help because it benefits them. Readers say this is the one that sticks, because after this, they don't assume, they watch. By now, you're probably feeling it. That subtle shift in how you see people, that hesitation when someone smiles, that pause before you trust. That's what these books do. They don't scare you with monsters. They don't threaten you with demons. They show you neighbors, families, authority, friends. And once that breaks, once that illusion cracks, it doesn't come back. You can still function, you can still live, you can still smile, but something is different. You notice more, you question more, you trust less.
And maybe that's the real danger of these books. Not that they make you afraid, but that they make you aware. And once you're aware, you don't go back to sleep.